Welcome back, everybody, to Grand Tactician, the Civil War. I'm Grumpy Grandpa Gaming, and this is episode 16 of our Confederate Summer of 61 campaign in version 109 using the A.O.M mod. Before I go any further, looks like if you go over to Worms and Warriors channel, if you haven't seen it yet, the developers patch for this game has a lot of good quality of life improvements coming out with it. I'm not using developers patches because I am running a mod with this game, so those would interfere with each other. But if you're interested in learning the new quality of life changes that they have done, and there are quite a few of them that I really wish they had done sooner, but they are finally here. So head over to Worms and Warriors channel and check that out. All right. Now, as you saw at the end of the last episode, we left off jumping into the 11th Battle of Manassas. I closed out on the battle map because there is a glitch. If you come to a battle start, and before you enter the battle, you save and exit the game, there will actually be two battles for it. One that's on the campaign map and the one you find on the tactical map, and you can win one and lose the other. So it's better to come in, save on the battle map, and then start over, start from there instead of going back at it from the map. So here we are. We are actually being attacked. I was going through all the paperwork before I started this. We're being attacked by the Department of Washington, which I do believe is led by McClellan. No, we got Beatty in charge of that now. Did I finally wound McClellan? So, General Beatty and General Hooker's. So, West Virginia Force, which is General Hooker, will be arriving in about 10 hours. Department of Washington is going to be on the field. And I have a major numbers advantage. So, my aggregate on the field right now is just under 17,000 to the Union's 12. And it's going to change in about an hour. Right now, I have Stewart's Corps on the field with the Corps of the Potomac arriving. So, the Department of Washington and the West Virginia Force are going to be coming in from these points here because they were north and east of me. Should be nobody coming in from down this way, but I'm probably still going to send Lee's lifeguard there. But they should be coming in from these 3 points because they were coming from that general direction. Actually, they probably should be coming in from this direction here, but coming in down this way. So we do have the 2 defensive points. And I'm thinking I am going to let the other corps arrive on the field. And I'm going to give up Cushing Farm. Even though there's a good defensive point here, this railroad cut does turn. I have to build more works up this way. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to defend the high ground back here. And as much as I really don't like doing it, I'm probably going to put my infantry along the streamline here, so the artillery can be above them, and let them come at me and try to take Sudley Springs. And hopefully it doesn't, because it is 2 objectives. If the Union takes this objective and decides to camp, I'm going to have to push in on them. But they should be close enough to where if they decide not to push, I could still range them with the artillery. Alright, so that's my plan for now. So I'm going to get my forces set up, and I will be back. Alrighty, I got my dispositions set up now, so it's time to bring you back in. Like I said, I'm going to be giving up this defense point right here, because I want to force them to come in the range of my guns at the very minimum. The batteries I do have, none of them are very good. It's all 12-pounders and 6-pounders. Basically range out to the edge of the unfinished railroad over here. So I got very good coverage on this section of the map as far as artillery goes. So down here in the south, I have the British Exiles Division because they do have their own battery attached to them. So they are covering the Sudley Mills crossing area, just in case they decide to come from this direction. Though I don't think so. My reinforcements should be coming in from down here. And above them, I have the 1st Infantry Division, which has the Stonewall Brigade, the New Zealand Expeditionary Force, and Elsie's Brigade. North of them is the 1st Georgia Division with Benning's Georgia Brigade, Chatham County Rifles, and the Statesboro Blues Devils. I also put the Engineer Brigade in on that line too, just to fill it out a little bit. And north of them is the 2nd Georgia Division with the Georgia Infantry Regiment, Jackson's Brigade, and Toombs Brigade. And I'm leaving the cavalry up here kind of in a reserve position, just in case they want to do something stupid and come through the woods here on this flank. I could push the cavalry into them, but I don't think that's going to happen. And as Ewell's men arrive on the field, they'll be coming in to fill in reserve positions behind Stewart's corps. I really don't want them fighting in this battle because they do have to replenish their numbers. So I'm going to pause this here, and I'll be back once I have contact with the enemy. So one of the things I wanted to point out that the A.O.M did change is the way the reinforcements arrive on the field. So Ewell and his corps headquarters is on the field, but the rest of his units haven't arrived yet. And you'll actually see them come onto the field like one at a time, really. The next unit to show up will either be the engineer brigade that's directly attached to Ewell or the cavalry. Oh, there we go. And it's the engineers. So they start showing up little by little, basically in a marching formation, which is really an interesting add by the mod. Let's get these guys marching up there. So there's Lee's cavalry. I still haven't spotted them, so usually I can get a sighting and sounding, but I don't have anything yet. But the AI built these 2 pontoon bridges down this way, so they are down in this direction. So I'm hoping Maury does not run into them, but we'll see. I want to give the AI time to prepare for a proper attack and see if we can't have a good battle out of this one. Like I said, normally I'd probably try to set up Ewell's corps to just hit them in the flank. I'm not going to be doing that this episode. I just want to see if the AI can set up for a proper assault. So it'll be a while, so probably day 2 of the battle before anything happens. So I'll be back. Alrighty, we have moved on into the 2nd day. I wasn't able to get Ewell's corps totally up. I only made it about halfway over to Lee's lines up here. So they are slowly making their way there. Problem is, Ewell's got to wait for Lee's orders. Lee's up here and Ewell's down here. Hooker has arrived on the field up here from the Chantilly entry area. And the other, who's the other general? So Beatty in the Department of Washington was over here in Centerville. I did get a sounding on them, though I never saw dust trails. And Hooker's arrived up here, so nobody arrived from this point. So I'm holding steady with the plan I set in place, just trying to see if the AI can actually put together a decent attack. Hopefully these guys will get up there at some point or another. So, but once they file in, all the divisions are gonna sit in reserve. I'm placing the artillery here to cover this open ground kind of over here. Don't know if they'll be there before the Union arrives. So, just a quick update there. I'll be back when we finally spot the enemy. Alright, we got a sighting on the Federals now. They are finally approaching Cushing Farm. So, Iron Brigade East is Department of Washington. 1st U.S. Regiment, Department of Washington. So, I'm hoping they see my lines back here and decide to mass for a proper assault, but we'll see. Hopefully my artillery gets across this road before their cavalry rides into them. I don't know. The AI, you never know what's going to happen. There's another brigade up there. Department of Washington, alright. So it's a good thing I'm sending that other artillery division up this way. And I had all the cavalry back here just kind of digging in placements because they didn't have perks yet. I'm going to be giving all these brigades Lightning Brigade, except for Lee's Lifeguard will probably get Vanguard. So I tend to use these guys to fill in holes in the line. So I'm going to pause this here. Let the Union build up their forces and see what they do. I don't think the AI kind of knows what it wants to do. Looks like they're amassing for... looks like they're coming forward in an assault over here. And this battery's going to get caught. Nothing I can do about that. But it's only the one gun, so I'm not so worried about it. He was supposed to come up this way with the rest of his division, but he decided to do his own thing and go that way. Yeah, that cavalry wants these guns. Hopefully they don't get caught, but I think they will be. They're catching my infantry as they're crossing over here. That's the Stonewall Brigade. Perk 1 sharpshooters. They should be able to defend that gun. Looks like I'm getting hung up on that stream anyway. As these guys are across, I'll be making the left. There's the Tigers. You know what? You guys fan out and start shooting at them. If they get caught crossing that river, it'll be bloody. You hit that battery? Yeah, you go counter battery. And they broke Shaver's brigade. They caught them with that flanking fire. They took a lot of casualties when they took that hit crossing right there. See all that? Oh, and that cavalry's going for those guns. Whoa. There it goes. That brigade's gone. Battery got wiped. I think I forgot to turn off initiative. Yep. But it's going to get just as bloody for the Union because they're going to be caught crossing these streams. The New Zealanders getting into it. The guy's back into the works. And these guys should get ripped apart while they're crossing here. It looks like they only brought the one army up. Doesn't look like the other one came along for the ride. So that's the thing. When you have the separate corps without an army command structure, they tend to do their own thing, it looks like. I was hoping they'd mass up both corps. That's just not happening. Green Jacket's getting some work done. Let's turn you guys... Tigers, you can halt right there. Rockbridge, coming along right there. I didn't want that corps fighting, but these guys are taking extra casualties because they're pussyfooting around. Back on long range orders too. These guys are going to get caught on the stream, but it does give them cover by being there. laid down the Tigers because they are Zouaves. That's how they level. This fight's not going to last much longer. They are breaking already. 6 U.S. regiments breaking. This whole brigade's not firing, so let's turn them. It's 22nd Virginia Infantry. And they're not coming at this point in the line at all. Boys are doing some bloody work for me. They're holding off this entire corps right there at this crossing point. You know, it's all confined to this one little spot here. This will probably be the bloodiest battle of the 3 that we just fought in quick succession. You guys halt. Stop. They're right there in front of you. Stop and shoot at them. There you go. Come on, Patton. You're definitely not as good a general as your son or your grandson is, Patton. Yeah, that's all she wrote. These brigades are done. The Rockbridge has got their second perk going. Green Jackets just got their first, but it's filling up pretty fast. They got those plains rifles. I think they're the only brigade with them, too. There's that brigade. Yep, this battle's over. Once that other army comes in, this battle is done. Oh, he took 343 casualties while being in the entrenchments? Really? That don't sound right. Yeah, the morale's at 35. And I'm looking at 636 losses to 3,000 of theirs. As I said, that was short and bloody. Yeah, they're pulling off. That's all she wrote, so let's go through the scorecards real fast. Alright, so 2 divisions fought with the artillery division. Look at the artillery first, even though there's no viewer units. I just want to see what type of damage. Because these are all like 1 and 2 gun batteries. Yeah, so I do have artillery reform running, but until I start drafting guys in, I'm not going to be able to plus up these batteries. So 66 casualties caused by them total. You got 3 artillerymen. There's 1 battery that showed up down here. Let's see here. 1st Georgia Division. Should have been them. The 1st Infantry Division. And, of course, it's going to glitch like that. So, Stonewall Brigade did 204. And the New Zealand Brigade, I don't know why it's showing up there. It should be on this 3rd line. They cost 274. That's not bad. Looks like they only lost 1 man wounded, 1 man missing. That's pretty good. 2nd Georgia Division in 5. British Exiles, which did the bulk of the work right there. Royal Green Jackets caused 988 casualties. They took 10 killed and 100 wounded and 19 missing for 131. The East Surreys caused 592 casualties, taking 14 in return. Southern Highlanders took 168 casualties, and with only 1 wounded man in return. That's really good. And the Field Artillery caused 46 casualties. No, they caused 13 casualties. Didn't take any casualties in return. That's good. Oh, not done. Then Corps of Potomac, we had 3rd Division, 2nd Division, 1 brigade from each fought. So the Tigers, not a viewer unit, they caused 135. And the 22nd Virginia, which is a viewer unit, caused 112. The Rockbridge Rifles only caused 1 casualty? Really? And they were firing at extreme range. All right. Let's roll this forward at quick speed and get this rolled out. I don't know why it's not giving the retreat yet. There we go. Let's get rid of that. All right. So they actually properly masked up for an attack that time. That corps is basically like 1-2 divisions for the most part. And they didn't bring the other corps into the attack. So like I said, that is a problem, and it is reflected in the game, is both of those corps were not part of the same army. They're essentially different armies with their own command structure. So they're not going to work in concert with each other. So even though Beatty had total overall command, he didn't have command of the other corps at all. He was just the most senior officer on the field. Well, the first officer on the field. So he's not more senior than Hooker, I know that. But for some reason he had command of the battle. So he lost 2,900 of his 30,000 infantry on the field. 250 was 450 cavalry. I didn't get any of his guns. So it caused total 3,100 casualties to 31,000 men. We lost 596 infantry of the 26,600 out on the field. 26 of my cavalrymen. My 1 Napoleon, my 1 Parrot is now lost. That's not good. I only had the 1 damn Parrot. For a total of 636 out of my 28,336 on the field. So, I mean, I don't know why they didn't wait for that second corps to come up, but they didn't. But it wasn't going to matter anyway because I was sitting behind entrenchments. Let's close out of there. Well, I definitely want to hear everybody's thoughts on the AI's actions in this last fight. I kind of cut out the section where they were forming up because I missed it myself. I was busy trying to get Ewell's men up into position in reserve when I noticed that they were massed up for the attack. But if you go back and pause and take a look at the way they set up, it looked a little more competent than the last few. And they've been getting better at it looks like. All right. Victory at 11th Manassas. So, we're going to beat out Winchester from 2 campaigns ago as the shiny object here. So the enemies reportedly suffered total casualties of 3,090 men. There are 335 killed, 515 captured. The morale is believed to be stable. It is not stable. Yeah, it keeps saying that at the end of every battle, but their morale it's in the tank. Our casualties total 636 men with 73 killed, 149 missing, and the rest wounded. Morale is determined with supply situation critical. Yeah, we're probably running out of rifle ammunition at this point. We've captured 1,308 rifles and 0 guns from the field, and we sent 427 more men down to Andersonville Prison. And General Beatty, the Corps commander, lost face. That's the first time I've seen that. So he should be taken out of command there. The AI should be pulling him from command. It's actually the first time I've seen a commander get sacked like that. Or a Corps commander lose face. Yeah, we're probably low on supplies. Yo, yeah. Ammo is running... No, ammunition's good. Provisions are running low. And when there is no supply depot here, I haven't rebuilt another one. So, roll this off. What the hell? You've got to be kidding me. Oh, good God. It's fight after fight. This is heating up, but this is So they weren't even staying to flip Leavenworth. They just followed me. Let's retreat. We were going to do a full retreat there. I'm not fighting 20,000 men with 5,000. No one's that good, especially with cavalry. And the Corps Flaughter has lost that siege. So I've lost 236 men with 25 killed, 64 missing, and the rest wounded. We captured 3 of their soldiers. They got like 500-600 men in that fort. I think I'm going to give up on taking that fort. Because I can't supply... And Richard Anderson was killed in action, so that would be Bragg's force in Florida. Speaking of which, I do have to change. Grumpaw's got to get switched out if he hasn't been already. Looks like they might have replaced him already. Samuel Fulkerson. He's from Virginia, and the troops I have are from South Carolina, so you're getting replaced. Yeah, Micah Jenkins will work. Volunteer, he's only got 1 star of fame, but he'll build it up. And let's take a look at the Corps of Florida. Looks like they might have replaced that, yeah, they already replaced that lost officer. I'm not going to go through all the... I don't care enough about this Corps to figure out who should have been replaced. Yeah, they still have 892 troops in that fort. So, I think I'm going to... I may give that one more try. Problem is, I cannot provision them while they are there. I mean, they still have ammunition, but they just ran out of food fast. You know, once they land there, they can, and there's not a lot of men in that army. They just consume food fast once they go there because there's nowhere to draw supply from. At the same time, there's no place for that fort to draw supply from either. Though they are probably in control of the only water source. So I'm going to fall Corps Mountain Rifles back over here to Pawnee Rock. Let's see, where's... Western Department's moving up. Maybe that'll draw off this army. Maybe it won't. I don't know. This is as far as I have them advancing right now, is Springfield. So I really do not want to spend the money building supply depots in the area. I'm at triple B plus. I did pop another bond, so I do have $25 million in the bank, but I really don't want to pop another bond. It's still the beginning of the month. We still haven't done the monthlies. I'd rather do that next episode, and we'll open with that. I'll just leave this episode the one battle. And this way we can start the next episode with the May monthlies and a full recap as I figure out what's going on out here instead of just trying to react to what's going on. So if you're a new viewer, returning viewer, you've not yet subscribed, please think about hitting that subscribe button. If you do, remember to hit that bell icon. If you've been following along the series and enjoying the content, please remember to hit that like button. Also, comments. Please keep them coming. You guys, some of you guys sent me some very insightful comments and stuff I miss on the battlefield, so keep that stuff coming for me. And I will see you all at the next episode. You all have a good one.